Sometimes it's like the financial news, it's like its own reality show, unpredictable, big personalities. And the stakes, well, they actually matter. Take Michael Burry, the investor who called the housing crash back in 2008. He's putting his money on something that, well, let's just say it's got people talking. China, folks.
It's interesting, right? Because a lot of investors are really unsure about China right now. Like, the country's been dealing with, slow growth. And that real estate situation hasn't exactly been a picnic.
So it's kind of like not exactly a safe bet, like betting on a horse that's already tripped to coming out the gate. But maybe that's the whole point. I mean, this is Michael Burry we're talking about.
Exactly. He's always been about going against the grain, see what others miss.
Finding opportunity where other people just see.
Red flags, yeah.
Yeah, red flags. This is the guy who bet against the housing bubble when everyone and their cousin thought things were fine.
Exactly. And he's not just following the herd. He's trying to figure out where the market's going next by really understanding the economics of it all.
Okay, so Burry bets big on China, specifically Alibaba. And then almost on cue, the Chinese government announces these huge economic stimulus measures, rate cuts, bank reserve adjustments, everything, and the kitchen sink. Like, it's almost too perfect, what's going on here. Did Burry have some inside scoop, or is this like economics prediction 101?
Oh, I highly doubt he had insider information. This is more likely a case of him just anticipating China's moves. They had to stabilize their economy, right? He probably saw the pressure they were under and realized that, intervention was pretty much inevitable. And that's what makes him different, I think. He can see the whole board, predict how governments and institutions are going to react.
And the market definitely noticed. Alibaba's stock, it took off, as did others, Baidu, JD.com. It just goes to show, even in a global economy, what one country does, it impacts everyone.
Oh, absolutely. China's actions could definitely have a ripple effect. Other countries are facing similar issues, and they're watching closely. This could signal some big shifts in global monetary policy,
So what does this all mean for, the person listening right now? Maybe it's a reminder that sometimes the best investments, they're the ones that seem the riskiest at first.
You have to understand the fundamentals. Recognize those patterns.
Have a little bit of that Burry Contrarian spirit. Right?
Yeah, right. But don't just follow blindly. It's about learning from that approach, applying it to your own decisions.
Well said. And speaking of bold moves, let's jump over to the tech world. Meta, the Facebook folks, they just finished their big Connect conference. And it seems they are all in on the metaverse. This year, they've got some flashy new toys, cheaper VR headsets, AI-powered Ray-Bans. Can you imagine? They translate languages in real time. They even teased holographic glasses, though I hear those are still a bit clunky. It makes you wonder, are they visionaries or are they stuck in a sci-fi dream?
It's easy to be cynical, right? Especially with how some tech predictions have gone in the past. But remember, Meta's playing the long game here. They're betting this is the future, that this stuff will be as normal as smartphones one day.
Okay, I get it, thinking big picture. But remember, 3D TVs, everyone thought those were going to change everything. Mine's still sitting in my basement, collecting dust. What makes Meta so sure they can make this work when so many others have tried and, well, haven't?
Yeah, I see your point. Consumer adoption is never guaranteed. And yeah, the metaverse has an uphill battle for sure. But the tech they showed off, especially the AI and mixed reality stuff, it's really impressive.
Right.
The question is, can they actually turn all that into products people want, products people will use?
Because having a cool gadget, that's one thing. Building a metaverse experience that people actually want to spend time in, that's different.
Exactly. It'll take creativity, user-centric design, more than just impressive specs on a sheet.
Right. And that's what we'll be watching. Can Meta move beyond the hype and deliver?
Can they create a digital experience that's truly transformative? That's the million-dollar question.
So we've got Burry betting on China, Meta's off in the metaverse. But while everyone's watching them, there's this other giant quietly making moves. And they're doing it the old-fashioned way, building a real-world empire, brick by brick, you could say, Walmart.
Right. And it's interesting how they've done it. They've gone from, discount retailer to this multifaceted powerhouse. They're using their size, their logistics to dominate e-commerce, data services, even financial tech. They're in it.
It's like they were playing chess while everyone else was focused on checkers. They're not just competing, they're building the whole board.
Exactly. And while others are chasing the next shiny object, Walmart's building a system, investing in their supply chain, going big on online, making it easy for you to order online, pick it up in the store, no hassle.
And let's not forget those stores, they're everywhere. You can't go anywhere without tripping over a Walmart. That's
No.
a huge advantage over those online-only guys.
Oh, absolutely. They know convenience is everything these days. They're combining online and offline seamlessly. It's pretty smart.
But can they really take on Amazon? The 800-pound gorilla of online shopping?
And that's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazon's got the head start, the loyal customers.
Right.
But Walmart's got the stores, the logistics.
It's David versus Goliath. Except in this version, David has a massive real estate portfolio.
Right, and a logistics operation that, well, it would make Amazon sweat a little, I'd imagine.
It's a battle for the ages, that's for sure. And it shows you sometimes it's the companies that focus on the basics. The ones building for the long term, they're the ones that really deliver.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Right. Sometimes. But then you've got companies making headlines for, well, let's just say not all headlines are good headlines. Take Supermicro Computer. Not exactly a household name, I'll grant you that. But their stock split, it's a cautionary tale
No.
about speculation, about transparency, the whole 9 yards.
It just shows you, even a normal corporate action, in today's market, it can spiral out of control so fast.
So for those of us who haven't been glued to the ticker tape, what happened with Supermicro?
Okay, so stock split, right? It's basically just a way to make shares more affordable, like cutting a pizza into more slices, same amount of pizza.
Right, makes sense.
So more people can buy in. But right before Supermicro's split was supposed to happen, this short seller, they released a report accusing the company of, well, let's just say, not being totally honest with their financials.
Hold on, short seller. Those are the folks who want a stock to go down, right?
Exactly. They borrow shares hoping the price will drop so they can buy them back cheaper and make a profit.
Risky business.
Oh, for sure.
So this short seller goes after Supermicro, the company denies it, and then
And then, well, it's like a bomb went off.
investors get spooked, the stock tanks.
Even though Supermicro said it wasn't true, even started an investigation, the damage was done.
So what's the lesson here for the average investor just trying to make sense of it all?
Do your homework. Don't just follow the headlines or the hype. Understand the company, the risks, the potential rewards. That's the only way to make good decisions.
It's a jungle out there, isn't it? For investors, I mean. You got to find that balance, the long game, and then bam, things get crazy.
Yeah, you gotta stay on your toes.
Speaking of the future, this whole Supermicro thing,
Right.
it's kind of about access, right? They wanted more everyday investors.
Exactly. And that's part of a bigger trend, I think. This whole idea that the lines between, the real world and the digital world,
They're blurry, right?
yeah, they're blurring.
Like, Meta wants us all in the metaverse,
Right.
buying virtual sneakers with crypto, the whole 9 yards. Maybe Supermicro was just ahead of the game, trying to get those metaverse shareholders early.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's all connected. That metaverse vision where we work, shop, hang out, all virtually. It makes you think, how are we going to interact with, well, everything?
It's exciting, but kind of scary too, right? Like, imagine, no more physical limits. Want to go to a concert in Rome? Done. Visit that museum in Tokyo. No problem. All from your couch. But then you think, what are we giving up?
Exactly. Every new technology, it comes with risks.
For sure.
Ethical questions, too.
Yeah.
How do we protect privacy when our real lives and our digital lives are so intertwined?
Right. It's not just about cool gadgets anymore.
No, it's about who we are, how we want to live.
And that's why we do this, right? This deep dive to give you, the listener, the information you need. Because the world's a complicated place.
It's changing faster than ever.
Whether it's Burry making those contrarian bets, or Walmart quietly becoming this unstoppable force, or Meta off in the metaverse, there's always something new to learn, something to think about.
Stay curious, that's what I say.